Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a little dumbass Australian who liked to play Mario Kart. He'd race all day on some amazing custom-made tracks, and even though he was pretty shit at the game, he still enjoyed himself. Until one day, a track got picked that was so foul and rotten, so unfair and confusing, that something snapped within the boy. He was no longer having fun. He was enraged. He swore vengeance on those who created the horrid track, and those who created others like it. He would review these tracks and expose them for the shit that they really were. It was his duty. Well, I bet you can guess that that boy was me, and that track was none other than Undiscovered Offlimit. This review was requested by Loogia, and they're now banned from commenting on my channel ever again. I don't want any more suggestions from you, thank you. Not after you've put me through this. I'm joking. This track is a f***ing cunt as soon as Lakitu yells go. There's an item set immediately after the line, which means other players online have the chance to absolutely rail you in the arse with reds, stars, and bullets, all within the first 10 seconds of racing. And there's even a problem with the first ramp, dude. Interesting tactic, interesting. Oh, sticky floor that glitches the camera through the bottom of the track. Dude. Yeah, really setting the scene for the quality of the rest of the track, isn't it? And this minimap, dude, looks like a f***ing engineering blueprint. How are you meant to read this? The track is split into different sections. You've got the cave, the water slide, the other water slide, the lava, the other cave, and that's just to name a few. But unlike other custom tracks that do this, like Custom Track Russian Roulette, it doesn't give any sort of reason as to switching things up at a moment's notice. It just feels like it. Let's talk about the absolute genius design of the first cave. It's all the same colour, the colour of dried feces. Why is there a fence? Why is there an arch? Why is there flower textures? Why is there a giant rainbow ramp going into a massive smiling star? I don't f***ing know. Then you get launched into the first water slide section. Now, it's an absolutely brilliant design choice to make the whole thing one long, bendy rectangle. It really adds to the variety. And it's just, oh my god, I cannot believe that they made the whole thing a single texture. Moving as well. Oh my god, that does not hurt your eyes or make anything confusing whatsoever, dude. Now, the cheeps in this water slide section are common Mario enemies that you find in many games across the franchise, just like Goombas and Koopas. Now, other Mario Kart tracks use Goombas and Koopas as obstacles and hazards that the player needs to avoid. So does Undiscovered Offlimit follow this trend? Of course the f*** not. These fish are intangible and you can just drive straight through them with no consequence at all. Why? And this statue of this gay Pianta, same thing. You can just drive straight through it. Why? Oh, and the ramps here? Why is there a gay Delfino person? And I'm stuck. You hit the roof. You go off the ramp and you hit the roof. Dude, why? Just put a boost panel there. Lower the angle of the ramp. Remove the roof. Do something. It's stupid. Now, after driving through yet another cannon, one that launches you directly into a wall, you get to the super creative next section. Another water slide. This is nothing but a single straight room with no corners or turns whatsoever. But it now has these Koopa zappers. A total of 6 Koopa zappers. And each one spins faster than the previous one. Apparently in older versions of this track there were more, but one of the actual good things about updating tracks is that they actually tried to remove this bullshit, but the whole track is still just shit. It's like trying to polish a turd, you know? It might get a bit shinier, but it's still shit. You need to drive through all 6 of these without getting hit, but there is absolutely zero way to strategically time this or plan this. Jesus, how are you meant to time this properly? You just need to sit and pray! Oh my god, dude, my arse cheeks are clenched! You have more chance of winning the goddamn lottery than making it through here unscathed. Now, before we shoot off into the next section, I just want to point out the impeccable track design here. We have a rotating sign saying no people. No idea what that's about. A starry skybox for some other f***ing reason. And look at how jarring this is. This is one frame apart. All of a sudden, your character does a 180, the track pops in, the sign clips through the star texture, and then the new skybox pops in. Absolutely perfect, mate. This whole section, aside from being the ugliest anathema that I've ever laid my poor eyes upon, is entirely off-road, apart from these boost conveyor belts. The only indication of where you're supposed to go are these easy-to-miss signs shoved way over onto the far wall. The first time I raced this track, I drove off into the other corner because I had no idea where the f*** to go. And let me ask you something. If you need to get from here to here, then what the f*** is the point of all of this extra space? These timers are stolen from Wii Sports Resort, I think, and they tick down to 0. Now, your intuition would tell you that if they hit 0 while you're still in the room, then something bad's gonna happen to you. But honestly, I have no idea what happens when these timers hit 0. The floor turns red, that's about it. They're completely pointless, just like this whole track. Can we just delete this from existence, please? The lava section is pretty f***ing boring. I mean, it's nothing but a giant pool of lava with a great texture. A great texture, not a great texture. Then there's this weird room. I don't even know what the f*** it's supposed to be, dude. But there's some chain chomps in here for some reason. But it has one of the single biggest pieces of bullshit in any custom Mario Kart track. Where do you go? Do you go here? You do not go here. Where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go? How in the f*** are you supposed to know to drive through a solid wall? What in the actual f***? Sure, it's got jailbreak written over there, but I'm a bit preoccupied trying to dodge other people online and trying to race the track as quickly as possible that I'm not going to stop and read the scenery on the walls, my guy. Finally, we get the second cave section. Again, it's in the shape of a boring basic ass rectangle, and there's nipples hanging from the ceiling. I know that they're meant to be warning lights and shit, but it wasn't working when I booted up the track, and honestly, why would there be warning lights in a cave? This isn't Toad's factory, this isn't an industrial building, it's a cave. But look at this, we have these spastic ass Koopa troopers running up and down the track. Who do they think they are? F***ing Sonic the Hedgehog or something? Get out of the f***ing way! They're so fast that you barely have time to react to dodge them. And their eyes are red? What, are they meant to be like demonic or something? This track is from hell. This track is literally torture from hell. If you somehow make it through this cave, and then through to the tiny ass little next section, which is a janky ass seizure inducing tunnel, then finally the torture is over. You've finished the track. Congratulations. I don't know what an off-limit is, but it should have stayed undiscovered. This track is a disgusting mess of bullshit that had no right to even be conceived. Its only saving grace is that it only makes you race one lap. If I had to race any more than one lap, then my console would have been thrown out of the top window of the Burj Khalifa years ago. And what pisses me off the most, more than the fugly textures, blatant inconsistencies, cryptic secret walls, and asinine track design, is that some people think this is one of the best tracks in the f***ing pack! To all of these people, with all due respect, intercourse yourselves. I'd rather drink petrol and then swallow a lit match. I'd rather get a tattoo removed with sandpaper. I'd rather shove a pineapple up my dickhole than play this track. There's only one place that a wretched piece of anal ejection like this belongs. In the depths of hell, where it came from.
You dare summon me, mortal? I am the lord of all that is dark and malevolent. I am the nightmare that lurks in the shadows, the terror that haunts your dreams. I am the embodiment of all that is evil in your world. I am the one that makes your heart race and your skin crawl. I am the one that brings fear and despair to all who hear my name. I have lived 1,000 millennia. I have seen your greatest men fall to my power. Your feeble mind cannot comprehend the horrors I have reigned over this pathetic world. You bow down before me, for I am the ultimate source of all that is terrible. I am the unstoppable force of... Wait, is that Undiscovered Offlimit? I don't want that shit. Get the fuck away from me.